All right, welcome. If you're gearing up for that entrepreneurship and small business certification exam, or hey, maybe you're just dreaming about starting your own business one day, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're building your financial playbook from the ground up. Let's get right to it. So, you've got this amazing business idea. That's fantastic. But here's the real question, the one that turns a hobby into a business. How do you know if you're actually going to make any money? Well, it all comes down to the numbers, and we are going to break them down for you today. So here's our game plan. First up, we're going to figure out the true cost of whatever it is you're selling. Then we'll figure out how to set the right price. After that, we got to cover all our other expenses to find that magic break-even point. And finally, the best part, we'll calculate your win with something called return on investment. Oh, and stick around till the end for a super quick recap to make sure you're totally ready for exam day. Okay, let's jump in. Section 1, finding your true cost. I'm telling you, this is the foundation for everything. If you get this part wrong, the whole thing falls apart. The first term you absolutely positively have to know is total product cost. Now, this is not just the sticker price you pay your supplier. Think of it as the all-in cost. It's the price, sure, but you got to subtract any discounts you get and then add in any shipping fees. That's your real number. To make this super clear, let's pretend we're opening a bicycle shop. We need some bikes to sell, so we order our first 100. And to make it interesting, we're getting 3 different models, each with its own costs and deals. Let's start with the orange bikes. We're buying 40 of them, and they cost $60 each. Okay, simple math, that gives us a starting cost of $2,400. But that's just the beginning. Next up, our discount. See, we were smart. We negotiated a pretty good deal. We got a 20% discount from our supplier, which on $2,400 saves us a cool $480. So we subtract that. Looking good so far. But here's what a lot of people forget. Shipping. It costs us $9 to get each of those 40 bikes to our store. That adds another $360 back to our expenses. You got to account for everything. So, let's put it all together. We start with the price, subtract our discount, and add the shipping. For those 40 orange bikes, our final, true, total product cost is $2,280. This is the number that matters. And you can see why a simple spreadsheet is going to be your best friend. Right here, we've done the exact same math for our red and blue bike models. By tracking it all, we know without a doubt that our total cost for all 100 bikes is $7,331.25. No guesswork allowed. All right, now that we have our costs locked down, we can move on to the next big step. Section 2, setting the right price. Knowing what you paid is the only way to figure out what you should charge. So to set a price for a single bike, we first need to know the cost of a single bike. And this part's easy. Just take the total product cost for that model and divide by how many bikes you bought. For our orange bikes, that's $2,280 divided by 40, which gives us a true cost of $57 per bike. And that brings us to markup. Markup is just the money you add on top of your total product cost. So your cost plus your markup equals the price tag the customer sees. Now, how much to mark it up is a whole other story. But before we even get there, there's another huge piece to this puzzle. So is that markup just pure profit? Whoa, not so fast. In Section 3, we need to talk about covering your bases. Because trust me, the bike is not your only expense. Every single business has something called overhead. These are all the costs of just keeping the doors open. We're talking rent for your shop, salaries for your awesome employees, the electricity bill. You get the idea. All those costs have to be covered by the money you make selling your products. And this leads us to probably one of the most important ideas for your exam and for your business, period. It's the break-even point. This is that magic moment where your sales have paid for everything, the bikes themselves, and all your overhead. You haven't made a profit yet, but you haven't lost a dime either. Every single dollar you earn after this point is pure profit. So you've got to understand this difference because it's huge. Markup is just the selling price minus what the bike cost you. Profit, on the other hand, is the selling price minus the bike's cost plus its share of the overhead. So many new businesses fail right here. They think markup is profit, they forget about the rent, and they end up losing money without even realizing it. Don't let that be you. Now we get to the fun part. Once you're past that break-even point and you're making money, it's time for Section 4, calculating your win. This is how you really measure your success. The ultimate report card for your business is called Return on Investment, or ROI. It basically answers one question. For every dollar I put into this thing, what am I getting back? It's always a percentage, and it tells you just how hard your money is working for you. And this table right here, this brings it all home. Look closely. You can see we used our overhead to figure out the break-even price for each bike. Then we set a selling price to make a profit we're happy with. That gives us our revenue and our profit. Now for the ROI. Let's say it cost us $500,000 to get the store, the equipment, and all these bikes. Well, based on that initial investment, our annual profit gives us an ROI of 8.9%. That is the number that tells us if we made a good investment. Okay, I know that was a ton of numbers, so let's lock it all in. Welcome to Section 5, the final exam recap. Think of this as your personal cheat sheet for test day. Let's do a lightning round. Total product cost, your all-in cost. Markup, what you add to your cost to get a selling price. Break even, that amazing point where you finally start making a profit. And ROI, the final score, the percentage return on your investment. Know these four inside and out. And there you have it. You now have the financial playbook. You have the tools to look at any business idea and see if it makes sense. The numbers tell a story. So the only question left is, what business are you going to build?